Hi guys, welcome back to 234 in La Casa. Today I'm going to do two different recipes for baked chicken. So I invite you to join me over and I'll show you the ingredients. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in just a second for two different ways to bake chicken. All right, see you in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you all baked chicken two ways. I'm going to bring the camera down and show you the chicken that we're going to be working with, okay? So hold on for just a second. Okay, so the first chicken that we're going to be working with is just a whole chicken. And I'm going to take this chicken out of the plastic and wash it off. All right, and I haven't got it washed off yet, but I did want to at least show. I've taken it out of the plastic, and then you're going to want to take all the giblets and everything out as well. Okay, so I just wanted to remove that just so you can see on camera in case somebody, we have new people that don't know. And so you want to remove all of that from the chicken cavity, okay? All right, and so I'm just going to place the whole chicken in my baking dish. And the giblets that were in there and everything in the neck, I'm going to put this in a pot for my dogs because they will eat that. Some people... some people eat it themselves. Like I know a lot of people in the South eat gizzards and chicken gizzards and chicken giblets and things like that. So you may want to fry them for somebody or what have you. I know I have family members that eat fried chicken gizzards. So it's just whatever you want to do with it. I did notice a feather still on there, so I'm going to remove that feather. And then you just want to inspect your chicken. Like I see that there's a little bit of something there. I'm going to go back and wash it one more time, okay? All right, so I washed it again, and washing it is going to be washing it with water, not soap or anything like that. It's just washing it with water, okay? And so now I'm going to take my kitchen shears and go ahead and cut this chicken in half. And if this were a larger chicken, like the chicken that you get from some of the larger companies that's not organic, free range, and it's like the humongous whole chicken, I would be using a knife because those chickens are very big and very hard to cut in half. But since this is a chicken that's free range, and I could tell it was a small chicken, a normal sized chicken, like what it should be anyway, instead of the big blown up, full of antibiotic chicken that we normally have, I can just use my kitchen shears and it'll cut it in half. Those big ones, those old blown up oversized ones, you need a knife. At least that's what I found. I don't have the grip to be able to cut those with a knife. I mean with scissors or the strength or what have you. Okay, so there we are. There's the chicken half. And normally for my family, I only cook one chicken half at a time. But since this chicken is small, I'm going to go ahead and season and cook both halves. I'm going to cut some of this chicken. I'm going to cut this neck away. Okay, let me get my scissors again because that's not a part of the chicken that any of us really want or need. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And I will more than likely... You can use a chicken neck to season soups and dressing and all kind of stuff. I mean, if you want to hang on to it for that purpose, you can. I'm probably not going to hang on to it. I may put it in my dog's food in their stew pot just to kind of flavor the stew pot a little bit, but that's probably just about it. And I may let them have the skin of it. I'm going to go put this in their stew pot right now. And I'm going to wash my hands. And I don't know about y'all, but I always put a little bit of bleach in my sink water for dishes and stuff. Because, we deal with blood and all of that. But anyway, so for the chicken halves, we are going to use Tony Chachere's seasoning. And this is going to be the only thing I'm going to use on these chicken halves. And when it comes out of the oven, you're going to see how crispy the skin is, how tender, how juicy this chicken is. You're going to be surprised. And it is so good. And if you like Cajun seasoning, you like spicy food, then this is gonna be the version of this chicken that you're gonna really enjoy. Now, some people really do not like a lot of spicy food, so they may not want to use this particular recipe for baked chicken, okay? But you're just gonna season both halves of the chicken, and under the wing, you're gonna get all that seasoning in there. And you can also, like I said, if you are a person who likes chicken gizzards, you can also put the gizzards in here and bake those as well. My dad does that. He will put his gizzards in the middle right here, season those and bake them, and he will eat them. Now, you do not have to use all this seasoning that I'm using. I just prefer to have a lot of it because I like to eat some of the skin. When I'm eating my chicken, I like it. And so you're gonna put this in the oven. You're not gonna cover it. You're just gonna bake it at 350 until it's done. Okay, so that's baked chicken number 1. All right. All right, Elsa, I just got through washing my hands, and I'm gonna wipe the countertop off here with multi-surface cleaner. And this is I did use this cleanser by this company. It's good, but now I just reused the bottle and put some bleach in there, water, and I think Fabuloso. I think that's what's in the bottle. So I'm gonna just wipe this countertop off and get started on our other chicken. Okay, and so for this chicken, we're gonna be using boneless, skinless chicken breast for this baked chicken. And I'll show you what it looks like. It is air chilled organic chicken, boneless, skinless. And I'm gonna open the package up. I'm gonna place it in this colander and rinse it off, get it all washed off and cleaned off. And you will need a bowl for seasoning this chicken. But I'm gonna take this on over to the sink and get this chicken washed off. Okay, so I've got the chicken washed off, and since this chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breast is it's not just humongous, but I am gonna go ahead and cut these chicken breasts in half. That way they're just easier to manage when somebody is wanting to eat some of it. It's not such big pieces, especially if you have smaller children or maybe preteens that don't eat as much servings. You don't want huge servings. So I'm just going to cut them in half. And let me check this other one and see. I think I may cut this one in half as well, half of a half. Okay, so I've got that cut in half, and I'm going to go ahead and place that in the bowl. And then I'm going to show you all what ingredients you're going to want to use for this particular baked chicken breast recipe, okay? Be right back in a second. All right, you guys, so you're gonna need some bell pepper and onion, and I've already have it cut up, and you can decide how big or small you want your bell pepper and onion. Mine is not diced. I just kind of cut it in larger chunks, or you can just have it in slices if you'd like to, if you want to have them really big. So you are gonna need that. And then let me take my ring off. And then you're gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and salt and pepper this chicken. And this is kosher salt, so I'm not going to use a whole lot of it because you can over salt with the kosher salt. And then, like I said, I'm going to use some black pepper. And then you're going to want to use some Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. And if you don't like a lot of seasoning, you don't have to use a whole lot of the Cavender's if you don't want to. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of onion. And I am seasoning this, and this is granulated onion, organic. It looks like it's from Sam's, okay? And you use whatever your taste preference is, okay? Somebody may view this as over seasoning. Some people may view it as under seasoning. So you have to determine what works best for you. And then I'm gonna use some granulated garlic. This is Member's Mark. And then I'm gonna use a packet of ranch dressing. Okay? I'm gonna use a packet of ranch dressing. And I'll be right back in just a second. Okay, so we're gonna use a whole packet of ranch dressing. And then we're gonna use a pack of Italian dressing, okay? It's your Italian dressing seasoning, okay? Okay, and that's what it looks like, okay? And so we're just gonna sprinkle that on, and then we're just gonna mix that in, okay? And so I've got some olive oil added to the chicken as well. And you can, if you don't want to use the Cavender's Greek seasoning, you can use complete seasoning. And I'll show you what that looks like. I've used that before for mine. And this is the complete seasoning right there by Badia. It is really good. I've used that before for my chicken. I enjoy it. I love it. But I'm going to use Cavender's tonight instead of the complete seasoning, okay? And then I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of Tony's on here. Not a lot, just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit, not a whole lot. And like I said, if you don't want to add Tony's, don't add Tony's. If you don't want garlic, don't add garlic. But for this particular baked chicken, for it to come out and be well seasoned the way that, the way that it should, I would put the Tony's, and I would put everything that I'm putting on here, I would do that. But the only thing that I would suggest switching out if you don't like it is the Cavender's. You can use Badia complete seasoning if you would like. Okay. And one thing I forgot to do in the beginning of the video was of me filming was to put the olive oil on the chicken at first. I just forgot. I got distracted. Guests came in, so I got a little distracted. So, okay, so now that's done. So we're going to start adding our chicken to the casserole dish. All right, there we go. And so you'll see that there's still seasoning in the bottom of this bowl, and I'm going to get that added to the chicken that's in the casserole dish. I'm not going to leave anything behind. And I'm also going to go ahead and put my veggies on here. And then I'm going to add my seasoning. Okay, and this particular chicken dish, you are going to, like I said, you can put some butter on top. And you're going to put a piece of foil on top and put it in the oven at 350. Okay. And don't worry about that seasoning during the cooking process. That's all going to dissolve. It's all going to soak right into the vegetables. It's not going to be clumps or anything like that. It's going to, during the cooking process, it will dissolve itself due to like the steam and the heat in the oven, and with the foil with the foil on top, it will create a steam, and it will go ahead and allow that the herbs and spices to absorb into the chicken and into the veggies and all of that, and go on down into your broth and everything, because it is going to create its own broth, meaning the chicken, it will create its own broth. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to wash my hands and get the butter to put on there. Okay. So I'm going to be using this is unsalted butter. I just got it out of the fridge. Unsalted butter. You can use salted if you like. I'm trying to use up some unsalted butter that my daughter bought for me. So I know the chicken is heavily seasoned, so I really don't need any more salt. All right, and so there we go. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. Make sure I put some foil on top. It'll create its own gravy, and I will show you all along the way what it looks like. Now it's going to be a thin gravy, of course, so if you want to turn it into a gravy, then you would use some cornstarch and all that and make yourself a gravy. And you can even I have some stuff in my refrigerator to create a roux, butter and flour that I keep in my fridge when I'm trying to make gravies and stuff like that. So you can do that too. It just depends. We prefer just to leave it the way that it is, and not create a gravy with it. But you can if you would like to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the oven at 350 and bake it until it's done. The chicken's ready. I'm about to get it out of the oven, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. And this is going to be the chicken halves that have the Tony Chachere's on it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull the camera down so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so that's your Cajun seasoned chicken halves, okay? And I'm gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bring you all back and I will cut some of it so you can see and taste and everything. But you can see it's sizzling, and you can even see how crunchy, you know, crunchy the skin is, and it is excellent. It's excellent with, you can have it with sweet potatoes, greens, you can have cabbage, you can have mashed potatoes. It's excellent with everything. So I'll bring y'all back in about 10 minutes, okay? All right. Okay guys, so the chicken and gravy with the bell pepper onion, that's ready too. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the oven and let you all see what it looks like. And I'll fork it a little bit just so you can see how tender it is, okay? So let me bring it out. Okay, and there it is. I've been checking it periodically. But you can see the consistency of that gravy. So it's not going to be a thick gravy. If you want to drain some of this off and put some cornstarch with it, you can make a thicker gravy. You would do it over heat, or you can use, you know, you can do a roux, which I keep in my refrigerator in a container, butter and flour already mixed together, and you would just add that to your gravy and have that over heat, and it would make a thicker gravy, okay? But this is the bell pepper, onion, baked chicken, and I'm gonna fork this just so you can see. Let me grab a dish, or like a plate or something. Okay, so I'm just gonna fork one of these and show y'all how tender it is. And this needs to rest too, but I'm gonna bring you all down just a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see. And then I'm gonna get a smaller fork so you can see. So see here, look at that. It's not taking any effort whatsoever. This chicken is so moist. It is so good, and it's the boneless, skinless. And you know how a lot of times boneless, skinless will come out like really dry and all that kind of stuff. Not this way. It is tender, it is juicy, and it is full of seasoning, full of flavor. It is excellent. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste this. And the seasoning and the flavor is throughout the entire chicken. I mean, you can taste it all the way through and through. And this is my kids' favorite baked chicken. They love it. And we'll normally have like macaroni and cheese, rice, cornbread. This is so good. It's like I don't want to stop eating, and it's so good. It's got such good flavor. Okay, and so and then we also sometimes will have like garlic mashed potatoes, and there's a garlic mashed potato casserole that is excellent that I'm gonna make for y'all too, so you can see how that's made on another video. All right. Okay, and so like I said, I'm gonna let the chicken halves rest for about 5 more minutes, and then I'll bring y'all back and taste that and let you all see what that looks like. All right, y'all, so this is the Cajun chicken, and I'm gonna pull the wing off because it's my favorite part, just to show you. And it's been resting for about 10 minutes. Look at that. Look how that just, you see? I'm telling you, it is so tender. It is so good. And I'm gonna raise this up so you can see me take a bite of that wing, so you won't think any kind of shenanigans are going on. Like, you know, any kind of tricks or anything. So it's right here. It's the same wing that I just pulled off. It's good. Yep. I'm gonna take a bite so you can kind of hear that little crunch. Take one more bite for y'all. Let me see. It's excellent. So this is another way, especially for those that really, really enjoy like spicy food, Louisiana spicy. This is excellent. Cajun baked chicken. And your skin is so crispy. It's good. Okay? So I will see you all next time on another episode of 234 in La Casa. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love reading all your comments, and I will see you all here next time. Bye-bye.